from your grave.
All right, here it is. Part 2 of our 2-part 80s horror series. This one is the worst of the 80s horror paperbacks that I own and have read. Once again, no Stephen King, none of the big names, not hating, just focusing on the lesser known books here. Hold on just a second. I wanted to let you know I'm part of this book group thing with my buddies Paul Mortem and Secret Fire Books. And this Friday on my channel, because it's my pick, we will be doing the review of Hawk, the Virgin Steelers. It is a hokey men's adventure book from the 80s. It has people getting cut up with chainsaws and gun battles and these ladies and this guy's jet ski, and it's sleazy and wrong and hilarious. Joining us will be Brian from Bad Taste Books, who lays down some crazy obviousness that I never noticed in a Hawk book, and it's gonna blow your mind. It's this Friday at 2 p.m. my channel. Check it out. And now back to the countdown. All right, we're starting here with number 10, Carnivores, Penelope Banca Krebs. First off, I'm sorry to tell you, Penelope, that you made this list. You don't deserve it. You know who deserves to be on this list? Zebra. The marketing department took her little Jurassic Park anthropology book, her anthropology thriller, and they marketed it as a giant killer alligator book. And that's just not fair to her. She did a lot of work. She researched this stuff. There's lots of DNA crap. It's totally boring. It's something that I wouldn't read. But she did a nice job. It's about like the Earth's converging, I don't know, the cycles of the Earth. And there's dinosaurs being brought about again. And then there's like some little girl who's reverting back to a cave girl. I don't remember why she's reverting back to a cave girl. I'm sure it makes sense in the book. And then there's a couple other people who are connected somehow to the past, or the way the moon is in the sky, and they're reverting. I think there's only one kill, and it's at the very beginning of this book. So some people out on the Florida Everglades, and then a dinosaur eats them or something. And that's it. And it's like 400 pages of DNA and scientists talk and psychology, and it's a thriller. It's Jurassic Park light. So more so than it deserves to be on this list, but more so because of the marketing department, because it shouldn't even be in the horror section. So I just wanted you to know, because I see it in a lot of posts. I got that Carnivore book. It's no alligators. There's one alligator. It passes by the boat. All right, number 9. Blood Offerings, Robert D. Sansucci. Robert D. Sansucci is an old white guy, and he wrote many books about other cultures. He liked other cultures. He was interested in the history, the mythology. He wrote the book that the Disney movie Mulan was based on. He's a very knowledgeable guy. I mean, it was like this, you know, this is an African witchcraft folklore horror book, which sounds amazing. It does. It sounds amazing. It's about this young black lady who is connected, like through her lineage, to kind of this black magic cult. They worship the god Shanga, the African deity. I guess, you know, I probably shouldn't say cult. It's just like a religion that was there in Africa. So why does it suck? Because for 150 pages, nothing happens. This woman gets kind of possessed. At first she's scared, then she's all in. She moves to San Francisco with her family, and then for 150 pages, it's just her kind of like accepting this and her relationship with her family, and it's boring as shit. And they kill a cat. They kill a cat. Not okay. You put a cat killing in your book, you're out of here. You're on this list. You're on the bad list. Don't kill cats. That's how upset I was. I knocked the microphone off. Okay, so redemption here. Redemption. Which puts it at number 9. That's why it's not higher. This has the ultimate splatter fest at the end. This is gore central. Like the walls are just caked with intestines. It's almost ridiculous as like Dead Alive or something. It is bonkers gory. So that got it to be number 9. Not higher on the list, but really, man, it took forever to get there. Even with the cool backdrop, even with the cool mythology, the African setting. Or not African setting, but the African mythology. Ah, man. Sorry, Blood Offerings. You're number 9. Number 8, Mulsum, Gerald John O'Hara. Yeah. Mulsum is highly coveted in the horror paperback collector's collections. I found it for a stinking $1 at a book fair. Unbelievable. I was so excited. Obviously, it's Native American. As mentioned in the top 10, I love Native American horror. This is as Native American as it gets. It's about a 110-year-old Native guy. He gets out of prison. He was in there for 50 years. I love that they kept him until he was 110. They didn't let him out. They're like, no, 109. I'm sorry, you're just going to have to wait a little bit longer. 110, he's out. He goes back to his little tiny hovel of a home. Whitey has taken it over. Whitey's destroyed everything, right? Whitey's ruined everything. The reason he was in prison was something to do with the white people, and I don't know. Someone got killed, someone got murdered, and then it's kind of wishy-washy of whose fault it was. But anyway, the 110-year-old guy's name is Mulsum. He also happens to be a witch doctor, for lack of a better term. He is just so like, you know what? This is it. 110, I'm done. He goes out into the woods. He finds the biggest, baddest deer, and then he releases his spirit and goes into the spirit of the deer. So basically what we have is like killer deer story here. It sounds great. We're on the right track. And then it goes to the perspective of the lineage of the white people that he had the problem with 50 years ago. So it's like their ancestors, and they're all like, I mean, this is out in the sticks. They're all dumb crackers, and there's alcoholism and domestic violence and just boring shit that I don't want to read about. I don't want to read about it. There's lots of hunter crap in here. Fuck hunters. Killing animals is so stupid. And it'll switch to the perspective of like an innocent deer, not the Mulsum deer, just like a deer sitting there eating the grass, minding his own business. And then the hunter just blows his brains out, and then there's like ultra descriptive paragraphs of the deer exploding and its guts everywhere. It's just, fuck you, man. Frogs get peed on. I don't know. Cows get abused. There's lots of animal violence in this. And though part of it is to show that, like, these people have it coming, like, you're not going to feel so bad about these people dying. Some of it isn't. Like, the hunting stuff is not. It's just like, this is just what we do. So it's a bummer. All that stuff was a bummer. It was boring. Like I said, big chunks of just these people talking and their crappy relationships, and not enough deer trampling crackers, which is what this book needed. So yeah, number 8, Mulsum. Number 7, Stallion, Gordon McGill. Another popular Paperbacks from Hell book cover. The cover's amazing. There's no doubt about that. It's mesmerizing. It's horses and lightning, and there's like a skeleton horse, man. Like, just the things that this conjures in your mind, and then how it doesn't deliver. It like brings it up, and then it drops it even harder. It's about this alcoholic dad and his family move to the UK, like out in the outskirts of the UK farmland, to start a horse riding facility, training facility. On the way there, they pass this giant horse just hanging out, like in the street, and they're just like, oh my God! But it's just a big horse. It's not supernatural, it's just a big horse. They get there, they set up, everything's happy, hunky-dory. It's the teenage daughter's coming of age, birthday. She's a teenager. I don't remember, 13, 15. It doesn't matter because it's gross. Not that it's gross that she's coming of age. What's about to happen is gross. So these two gypsies randomly come to their house, say that she's the chosen one or something, and they give her like a horse dildo as a birthday present. And the girl's like, yeah, like, this is great, thanks. And the mom's like, I don't know. Gypsies disappear. They're not explained why they came. They're never in it again. It doesn't matter because this book's stupid. The girl has this relation with the horse, this connection with the horse. She like sneaks out at night and rides this big evil horse that no one else can ride or be near. The horse is owned by this terrible, terrible guy who kills other horses. Once again, are we sensing a theme here? Some of the things that irk me. Okay, so yeah, so the family's falling apart because the dad's starting to drink again. The mom is crazy. She has like mental issues. She had a nervous breakdown back in New York, and now she's going crazy. And the whole book focuses on her losing her mind, and it's boring, and the dad drinking, and then the girl just kind of like going off with the horse. But there's still nothing supernatural, really. At least not obviously. And maybe not at all. I don't know. You can read into it what you want. The mom starts having these dreams, like sex dreams with her daughter, and fuck. God damn it. And nothing. It's just this dysfunctional family. And that's what it's about. And it's boring. And then there's kind of a supernatural ending, but not really. It's not worth it. It's not worth your time. Number 6, Brujo, William Kelling Jr. Another Native American horror. I'm excited. Look at it, Brujo. It means warlock in Spanish. Brujo has some problems. It takes place on Catalina Island, which is off of the coast of San Diego. Long time ago, there was natives there. Whitey comes in, ruins everything. The Brujo puts a curse right before he dies on the island. Years later, I think the white people are building condominiums or other white people stuff that we do, and they dig up the Brujo, and he comes back to life, and he inhabits a piano player, I think, a piano player that's playing at the bar on the island. So we have chapter after chapter of these character introductions, and you're just like, holy shit, like, am I gonna have to remember all of these people? And it just keeps going on and on and on, and you're just like, God, this sucks. Just pick someone and get on with it. And then what's worse is some will randomly die. Some of these characters, like, they introduce them and then they die right away. And some keep going. So every time a new character is introduced, every new chapter, you're like, do I have to pay attention? Is this important? Do I have to remember this person? And you remember all the characteristics and what they look like and their background. And then they get killed. And then you're like, okay, I'm not paying attention to the next one. And then the next one, the guy keeps going through the whole rest of the story. What the hell, dude? What the hell? The Brujo comes alive, possesses this guy, and then it essentially becomes like a disaster novel where the Brujo controls all the animals of the island, and then the animals start attacking people, like bees are taking planes down, and that's kind of awesome. And, you know, after all the animal killing complaining that I just did, animals killing humans, that's 2 thumbs up. So all the people on the island are trapped. Like, once the initial kills are done, then it's just them, like, locked inside their houses. Like, there's boars and dogs and, I don't know, birds trying to get in, and then they're kind of stuck in their different places. And then the Brujo somehow knows about electricity, so he shuts off all the electricity. Like, this is some 400-year-old ghost, man. How does he know about the electric company? Like, he goes in there and like starts turning dials, turning off the electric. There's a lot of like unnecessary fluff. There is literally a sentence in this book that goes, "There wasn't much to see," and then a paragraph describing what there isn't much to see. That's what this book is full of. Uselessness. Useless fluff. All right, number 5, The Monastery, J.N. Williamson. I love this cover. This is like one of my favorite covers. I love owls. Don't you guys love owls? I think owls are cool. That's all. I gotta explain it. I gotta explain myself to you. My love of owls. Okay, J.N. Williamson, The Monastery. Many things wrong here. Let's start off with the first line. It takes place in Christmas, and it starts, the first line is, "It was the day after Christmas, and all through the truck." God, God, it's so lame. It's so lame. Number 2, the narration in this. You remember on like old shows like Saved by the Bell or whatever, there'd be like this new kid who would come to school and he's like super cool. He's cooler than Zach. He's cooler than Slater. And he like has sunglasses on and he's like, yeah, like, hey man, you guys need to chill and relax, man. Take it easy. That's how this book is narrated through like the first quarter of it. And I have no idea why. It's like some like rad dude is telling you all about this killer story of this bitchin' family in this monastery. It's so lame, dude. It sucks. And likewise, it has this annoying kid character. Wait, did I tell the plot of this yet? No. So there's this family, it's wintertime, the truck breaks down. They're in Indiana. Truck breaks down, it's winter, there's a monastery up the street. They walk to the monastery. They say, our truck broke down. The monastery is full of a Russian cult. And the Russians are like, yeah, come on in. The cult's like, sure, that's fine. Yeah, come on in. Have some tea. They get inside the monastery. Of course, people are weird. They're nice, but weird. They're getting a bad vibe. Stay in your room. That's all right. That's good. I kind of like that. So the kid, this is what we were talking about, is so annoying. He wants to be a future NBA star. It's like 8-year-old, 10-year-old little boy. And so anytime that there's like this horror scenario that he's kind of in, he like switches it to where he's talking about the NBA and it just sucks the horror right out. You're just like, I don't know, like it's thunderstorming outside and someone turned the TV on to Friends or something. It just didn't fit. It just didn't fit. The dad's an alcoholic. Thank you, Stephen King. Because The Shining was just like, here you go, guys. Every dad is now an alcoholic. The dad's an alcoholic. Mom is Wendy. I mean, she's Wendy. Oh, Jack, don't be like that. Like, that's how this book is. It sucks. The dad is a prick. Am I supposed to like this guy? He's just a terrible dude. The Russian cult are trying to, they have this philosophy where they hurt themselves in honor of Jesus because Jesus is coming back. And the more that they hurt themselves, like he was hurt, then he will return. They explain it. I'm surprised I can't remember it because they explain it over and over and over and over. And that's what this book is. Them explaining this stupid fucking religion over and over. And just when you think like, okay, dude, I got it. They'll do it again. The next chapter, they do it again. There's all this Russian in here and then immediate translations. Fill it up half this book. Just leave it out. Just put it all in English, man. Just put it all in English. They have these sexless orgies where everyone gets naked and they just kind of touch each other. And there's like kids and old dudes and you're just like, come on, fuck, hey, get that out of here. So that sucks. And then the end was stupid. I mean, it was just like the real reason they were cutting themselves and who they're bringing back and then it comes back and yeah, it's a pass. It's a hard pass. Hard pass. I actually started another Jane Williamson after this for some reason, and I stopped like 50 pages in. I was like, what am I doing? Take it to the trash. Number 4, Nightshade, Stanley R. Moore. This is the very first video review I did on this channel. I was very nervous. It's very long. It's kind of boring. And I'm a little angry. I remember making it and then sitting back and watching it and going, is this how you want this to start off? Like this angry review? Why was I angry? Because there's no skeleton bikers in this book. Son of a bitch. Is this Zebra again? Oh, it's Onyx. Still. You wanted skeleton bikers. No skeleton bikers. There are bikers. They're at the very, very, very end. They're not skeletons. And they're just kind of there. Do you want to know why I was so angry? Because this book is about killer flies. It's about killer fucking flies. Do I need to say anything else? How lame is that? Fuck. Next. That's it. We're not even going to talk about Nightshade anymore. Next. Number 3, Dress Up, E.M. Love. I remember looking this book up after I read it because I was like, who the fuck wrote this thing? Is it a dude? Is it a woman? I don't know. Why am I wondering this? Because this is a book about incest. It's incest and it's all right. And they're just like, yeah, no, this is all right. This is just a thing, right? This isn't like some horror aspect. It's a family moves out in the middle of nowhere. Dad's a drunk. No, I don't think the dad's a drunk. But he's a college professor and he disappears for weeks on time because they moved out in the middle of nowhere. So he has to drive into town and he just stays there for months at a time to do his professing. So the mom's out in the middle of this nowhere place in this old shitty house. And she finds a dresser. Oh, no, hold on. There's a line on the cover of this. Once the drawer was open, evil clothed her body with naked horror. Okay, so it's literally a dresser, and she's dressing up. So she finds this dresser, puts on clothes, gets possessed. She's not possessed. She gets connected to the woman who owned the clothes, the spirit. The woman was a young lady, a daughter in this family. She had a brother. There is many dream scenarios where the dress-up lady who's moved into this house, there's many scenarios where she has these nightmares, dreams of incest, of these two brother and sister like hooking up. And it sucks. And I got through the first chapter and I was like, well, that sucked, but I'm sure there's a purpose. I'm sure there's a purpose for this. Like 2 chapters later, fucking porn, incest porn dropped in there, and I'm like, fuck this. Why am I reading this? I just skip it. And it kept happening, and I would just be like, boom, I could see it. There'd be a chapter. I just skipped whole chapters. Someone was getting off on this. I think this is someone's fantasy, and they slipped it into their book, maybe to normalize it. I don't know, because they're fucking sickos. And then I don't remember. The woman does she get possessed? Is anyone after her? I don't even remember like what the horror aspect is. I do remember there was one creepy part where she gets a phone call, and it's like a dead relative, like talking to her, like, Susie, you need to leave the house. There's bad things happening. And that was cool. And then at one point she like goes to some rock concert and like has a meltdown there. But other than that, that's all I remember is the incest. I don't even remember what the horror was. Evil clothed her body in naked horror. All right, number 2. This one's kind of heartbreaking. Ghost Child, Duffy Stein. Why is it heartbreaking? Because I really loved Duffy Stein's other book, The Owl's Fane Horror. Where is it? The Owl's Fane Horror. This one almost made it to the top 10. So this was like number 11. I mean, look at it. It's this great ghost story. It has this cover with this like mouth cut out, and then you can do stuff
Oh, hello. I'm so glad you came to Vermont to read my haunted house story. It's creepy. Oh, oh, how's it going? I'm Duffy Stein. Read my next book, Ghost Child. You will not be disappointed.
So why was Ghost Child not as good as the House Fane horror? Ghost Child is a 400-page book, right? It has a prologue at the beginning. Where else is the prologue going to be, you fucking idiot? It has a prologue at the beginning. Crazy book. It's 15 pages long, whatever, 20 pages. And it tells you exactly what is going to happen in this book. It condenses this entire 400-page story into 15 pages, just with a different family back in the past. So you know exactly what's going to happen. It just takes this tiny little story and stretches it out till it's so thin and just fluff, just nothing. There's just nothing here. Why would you do that? Why would you spoil your book with the prologue? Number 2, there's not a lot of kills here. And the ones that do get killed is a little girl's birthday party. Like little girls with their pigtails and shit. Like, it's like 5th birthday and you slaughter them? What the fuck? Like, that's so lame. Do you know how many assholes there are in this fucking world that you could put in your horror book to get slaughtered? There's a million. There's a bazillion assholes. Don't pick little tiny children. Man, come on, Duffy. Why you let me down? You brought me up with House Fane. I'm on your team. And then you bring me Ghost Child. Shit. It's Amityville. It's just the Amityville horror. It was already a book. I will say this. I'm not giving up on Duffy Stein because House Fane horror was cool. Ghost Child sucked. I think there's 2 more. So I'm going to read them all. And then I'm going to make a video about it. Where I just talk like this. It's all my videos. All right, here we go. The worst book. On these shelves, those shelves over there, every shelf. This is the worst book that I own. Why do I still keep it? I don't know. Just so I can talk shit about it, I guess. The Dead by Mark Rogers. The Dead is a Christian apocalypse book. So it's not just like a regular apocalypse, like it's not nuclear fallout or anything. It's the Christian apocalypse. It has 2 brothers. One is an atheist, agnostic, and the other is a Catholic warrior of God. Why he doesn't get taken, I don't remember. I'm sure that there's some half-assed bullshit reason. It's these 2 brothers like going around this apocalypse. There's other characters. It's sort of like, I guess, the Walking Dead trope where a group of survivors get together and survive together. There is a born-again Christian in this. There is a couple of Catholic priests who preach tolerance. They're kind of progressive Catholic priests. There's more atheists, non-believers. Why is this important? Mark Rogers has an agenda, and he has beliefs, and he wrote this book to tell you all about them. This dude is an extremist, fundamentalist, bad person. Fundamentalism is bad in any ideology. It doesn't matter that it's religion. I don't care. I don't care if people are Catholic. Be Catholic. I don't care. Believe whatever you want. It's what you do with your beliefs, what you put out into the world. So the main character, who I'm assuming Mark Rogers himself, Catholic warrior, the ultimate brother, his backstory is he was in the army and he went to hand-to-hand combat training, and he was so fucking awesome that he beat up the trainer, and then the army was like, hey, guess what, son? Now you're teaching everyone. Like, day 1, this dude he beats up the fucking army hand-to-hand combat trainer. Yeah, right, shut up. Number 2, Was that a number one? I don't know. Number two. This book is nothing but religious debates throughout this entire adventure, I guess. There's horror stuff. There's like zombies and demons and all kinds of like this cool stuff laid to waste because they're having another religious discussion to where the main character, Mark Rogers, we're just going to call the main character Mark Rogers. I don't remember what his name is. He's always right. And the atheists are always wrong. They're always weak. The progressive Catholic priests, they are 100% wrong. They look stupid. They all make the dumbest decisions and mistakes and say the stupidest shit. They're weak. They're cowards. Every woman in here is just a frightened little mouse. They just are there. They're just there to be taken care of by Hero Mark. He's here to save the day. I fucking hate preaching. I hate it. I don't care. Even if I agree with it, I am in a book club thing we do here on YouTube called the Elusive Exclusive Book Society. We did the Death World trilogy by Harry Harrison, sci-fi trilogy. There was a book in the series, book 2, which was the opposite of this in ideology, but not in execution. It was exactly the same. In fact, Death World 2 is the second worst book that I've ever read. In Death World 2, it's an atheist who's the best. He's the greatest. And then there's the religious guy. It's not said that he's Christian, but come on. That's what he is. He says the most extreme ideology. He's the worst person. He stabs you in the back the second he gets a chance. All that matters is this like narrow-minded view. And the atheist is just the greatest thing ever. He says all the right things. He makes all the right decisions. He knows everything. And that is exactly how this book is, but with a Catholic dude. So it's not even like the different sects of Christianity are okay. Only one. Only the most extreme version of this version of Christianity. Yourself. Woo! Woo! Yeah! All right. So I'm all fired up. That was the worst 10. Did you guys enjoy that? You want to buy my Mark Rogers book? No way. I'm keeping it forever. Why? I'm a fucking hoarder, I guess. I'm crazy. I'm a crazy person. Thanks for watching. Check out some other videos while you're here. Like and subscribe.